you want to quickly understand what loss aversion is all about, this is the video for you. First, we're going to discuss the expected utility theory. Next, explore what Daniel Kahneman and Amos Tversky discovered. And finally, delve into how loss aversion can impact your decision-making process and how to avoid it. Classical economic theories were founded on the premise that humans are homo economicus, entities driven by rational decision-making to maximize their utility. As such, humans are supposed to constantly optimize their economic well-being. This concept is also known as the expected utility theory. In terms of assessing losses and gains, traditional economists would anticipate that the joy derived in gaining $50 should be equivalent to the sorrow experienced in losing the same amount. However, not so long ago, in 1979, Daniel Kahneman and Amos Tversky introduced us the prospect theory. One of the concepts included in the theory is loss aversion. As it turns out, losing a certain amount feels twice as bad as gaining the same amount. This unequal emotional math causes us to dodge losses rather than to chase gains. This innate cognitive bias can influence our financial, social, or professional decisions. Usually, our fear of losing encourages us to stay put. Take, for example, the idea of receiving an amazing job opportunity that requires relocating. Loss aversion will make you focus on the aspects you're about to lose, such as your social connections, routines, gym membership, rather than to focus on what you're about to benefit from the move. Considering this, most chances you're going to reject the offer. Our tendency can also trick us into sticking with a project that is not paying off just to justify the initial investment and not calling it a loss. Head over my channel for a deep dive into this phenomenon, also known as the sunk cost fallacy. Though Kahneman and Tversky suggested that loss aversion is one of those things that are just wired into our brains, admitting it exists is the first step of sidestepping its grip. When you're about to make a money move, take a second and figure out if there's any biases sneaking in. Oh, and while you're at it, throw in a question to yourself about the worst case scenario. It will help you to put the losses and the intense feelings attached to them into perspective. Additionally, write a pros and cons list or draw a decision tree to prevent biased comparison. Illustrating your decision will help you to consider each attribute more logically rather than to be swept away by your emotion. Make sure you watch these videos next to see more applications of loss aversion on our daily lives.